C3340 News Midday.
Breaking news out of Vestavia Hills. Firefighters are on the scene of a gas main break that's evacuated at least 4 homes. We have a crew at the scene at Colony Drive, and we'll bring you more on that story in just a moment. But first, turning to weather. Parts of central Alabama have been hit hard by rain and some flooding. Let's check in with First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Megan Thomas. And Megan, how much rain did we get so far?
Well, depending on where you are, you saw over an inch of rain. Some places got over just a half an inch of rain. I want to jump out to our Skycam network where the Children's of Alabama Skycam picked up over an inch of rain. Winds right now are out of the west. The temperature is 68 degrees. Now on the board behind me, you can see that the rain has definitely died down. Earlier this morning, we saw rain pummeling the entire state, and there was a lot of rain throughout the state this morning. But overall, the heavy rain has now pushed off into Georgia. We just have some light rain falling around Jefferson, Blount County, out towards St. Clair County as well. So near Centerport, Springville, you are also getting in on some light rain. But overall, the heavy storms are over. That's the good news. We're beginning to clear out. Clouds will still linger around. However, rain is now beginning to die down. We'll take a look at when the sun will return coming up in just a little bit.
Rain's dying down. That is good news. But right now, residents in Irondale are dealing with some major flooding. We spoke with one man who said he narrowly escaped his car, which is almost completely underwater, and that's on Queenstown Road. That's where we find ABC 3340's Sherry Evans, who joins us now live with more. Sherry, what can you tell us?
Well, Linda, this back road looks like a lake. You can tell just how deep it is. Now, over here to my right is actually someone's backyard. You can see how flooded the backyard is. Now, around this curve, there's a car. We drove down Birmingham Avenue to get there. The owner of the car returned with his father-in-law to show him what happened. You can only see the roof barely peeking out of the water. Manjesh Dubey was driving to work when water started flowing down the hill. He says it happened so fast he couldn't even open his door. Luckily, he was able to escape through the passenger side.
Like in 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes. When I came out in this much water, that's it. And then in the next 15 minutes, you see the...
Neighbors say this is not the first time this road is flooded. They hope that the water will recede before more rain comes later. Reporting live in Irondale, Sherry Evans, ABC 3340.
And we are always keeping an eye out on the storm. ABC 3340 is providing constant updates on our website, Twitter, and Facebook pages. You can also download the ABC 3340 weather app to receive weather updates on the go. Returning now to that breaking news in Vestavia Hills. Firefighters are working to fix a gas main break that's on Lake Colony Drive. ABC 3340's Melanie Yule. She joins us now from the scene. And Melanie, what do you know so far?
Linda, we're still waiting to get some official information here on the scene. One police officer did tell me that it's a small gas leak that will be taken care of quickly, but again, we're waiting to hear from the fire department commander here on scene to get some more information. You can see that Vestavia Hills Police and fire are on the road here behind me. We did talk to a few neighbors that live on this street as they were being evacuated. They tell me that 6 homes were evacuated, and that the homes that were evacuated are down at the end of this road in a cul-de-sac. And they tell us that one of the neighbors smelled gas this morning and called about it. And when they were leaving their home, they said they could hear the gas, that it sounded like running water going across the driveway. And they were carrying their belongings down the road as they came, and I had a friend come and pick them up. But right now, again, 6 homes, according to the neighbors, were evacuated. We'll get you some more information about what's going on here shortly.
Thank you, Melanie. New at 11, weather may have been a factor in an accident between a conversion van and a school bus. 6 people were on that school bus, 2 adults and 4 children. Each had minor injuries. Now, the driver of the van had to be extricated by trauma alert EMTs. Both the driver and the passenger were taken to UAB Hospital.
It was an extended extrication due to the damage to the vehicle. Had the driver pinned in, it took about a good while for the extrication to take place.
The children on the bus are said to be between 13 and 17 years old. They were taken to Children's of Alabama but are expected to be okay. Now, the driver of the van is expected to recover as well. Police say it appears the driver was trying to change lanes at the last second and hit the bus traveling above the speed limit.
Oh, he's over! Call 911. Go!
Traumatic video there. A tornado ripped through Illinois, blowing over a semi-truck and demolishing everything in its tracks. This is video of the storm in Fairdale, about 80 miles northwest of Chicago. Now, the twister killed a man, a 67-year-old woman that is, and injured about 7 others. Officials say every structure in the small town, 200 residents, was either destroyed or damaged. Trees and debris were strewn everywhere, and several vehicles were heavily damaged. More than 30 rescue crews used search dogs to go through the rubble looking for more victims. People who grew up there can't believe that devastation.
It hurts to see your hometown destroyed. It's like off the face of the earth. It's like seeing one of your buddies here one day and gone the next.
Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner has activated the State Incident Response Center, and state emergency management officials plan to inspect the scene today. Now, back here in Alabama, some people are learning to keep an eye out for storms since their ears cannot hear the storm warnings. About 24 people participated in the National Weather Service's Storm Spotter class for the deaf and hard of hearing. The class was held at the Alabama Institute for the Deaf and Blind Regional Center in Birmingham yesterday. Meteorologists say for people who can't hear, it's important for them to learn about severe weather clues and what they can see, like different cloud structures. People in the class said it was a good experience.
I think it's really important for everyone to know and be prepared for these kinds of things.
Now, they also learned about weather radio attachments that can make them more independent, like strobe lights and bed shakers. The class also taught them how to become weather spotters. They can utilize Facebook, Twitter, and the National Weather Service's online storm spotting reports to share information. Manly menu. How much do you eat in a day? You might be shocked at what one top star puts away and to stay buff.
I saw the movie the other night. Those antioxidants and everything.
Coming up, a look at one of the power meals many people are turning to stay healthy.